Hello everyone, my name is Janet, and I'm blissfully united in marriage with Bruce, my wonderful husband. Our love story began at a gathering hosted by a mutual friend, where the spark between us ignited instantly. Bruce greeted me with a warm, inviting smile that made me feel truly cherished from the moment we met. As we conversed, we discovered a multitude of shared interests and values, which felt like discovering a kindred spirit. In the days that followed, Bruce and I embarked on a delightful journey of getting to know each other better. Our dates were filled with joy and laughter, especially because of Bruce's unique sense of humor that never failed to bring a smile to my face. We cherished simple pleasures together, such as watching movies, taking leisurely strolls in the park, and engaging in deep, thought-provoking discussions. As our connection deepened, we became not only lovers but also the best of friends. We stood by each other through every high and low, offering support and encouragement whenever needed. Bruce, with his ever-supportive nature, was a constant source of comfort and motivation for me. Driven by our mutual love and commitment, we made the heartfelt decision to marry, celebrating our union in a ceremony that was a beautiful blend of joyous laughter and happy tears, surrounded by our loved ones. 8 months ago, our happiness reached new heights with the news that we were expecting our first child. The excitement of becoming parents was a profound and exhilarating experience, yet it was not without its apprehensions. "Can you believe we're going to be parents?" I exclaimed, overwhelmed with emotion. "It's beyond words how thrilled I am." "I know, my love, it's incredible," Bruce replied. "Just imagining holding our baby for the first time fills me with such joy. It's like a dream coming true." However, alongside the excitement, we also shared a sense of apprehension about the unknowns of parenthood. "But I can't shake off this feeling of fear," I confessed. "Embarking on this journey is amazing, yet daunting. What if we're not ready? What if we make mistakes?" Bruce reassured me. "It's natural to feel this way about such a significant change. Remember, we're in this together, and our families will be with us every step of the way." "You're right. As a team, we'll navigate this journey," I acknowledged. The responsibility of caring for a new life is indeed both thrilling and overwhelming. "We'll focus on the happiness and excitement of welcoming our new member," Bruce suggested. "Together, we'll learn and provide all the love and care our child needs." Hearing his words, I felt a surge of gratitude. Having you by my side, as the father of our child, I'm confident we'll build a beautiful, loving family. Our story is one of love, partnership, and anticipation as we prepare to welcome the newest addition to our family. And I'm just as thankful for you, love. Together, we're going to make incredible parents. I'm utterly confident in that. One evening, something astonishing happened while Bruce was asleep. He often muttered amusing, nonsensical things in his slumber, which I found endearing. However, that night, he uttered words that struck me with a jolt of disbelief. In his sleep, he confessed a desire to leave me soon after our baby's arrival, before we could even begin to experience family life together. Following that night, it seemed as though Bruce's nocturnal admissions became a recurring theme, like a needle stuck on a record, replaying the same troubling thoughts. "I can't do this. I have to leave," he would whisper into the darkness. Initially, I clung to the hope that these were merely the ramblings of a man overwhelmed by the impending responsibilities of fatherhood. But as these sleep-spoken words persisted, it became increasingly evident that something deeper was troubling him. Confronted by this growing concern and the fear of what it might mean for our future, I knew I could not remain silent. It was essential to communicate openly with Bruce, to understand his feelings and fears. "Love, can we have a chat? I've felt a shift in our connection recently. Is everything all right on your end?" I asked, seeking clarity. "Oh, everything's fine, dear. Just swamped with work, you know how it can get." Bruce tried to reassure me with a smile, attributing the distance to the usual work stress. But I sensed there was more beneath the surface. "I get that work can be overwhelming, but this feels different. I feel like we're drifting apart, and I miss how close we used to be. Is there something on your mind you haven't shared with me?" "No, really, it's nothing. Just some personal stuff I'm sorting through, but it's not something you need to worry about. Trust me, we're okay," he insisted, attempting to alleviate my concerns. "Darling, I'm your wife. Whatever it is, we're supposed to face it together," I gently reminded him. "If something's weighing on you, I want to support you. Please, don't push me away. I can tell something's not right, and I want to help. I appreciate your concern, and I love you for it. But honestly, it's just a temporary setback. Let's not blow it out of proportion, he said, trying to downplay his inner turmoil. Yet, despite his assurances, the conversation left a pressing need for openness and understanding between us. It was clear we needed to navigate this challenge together, to ensure that our foundation remained strong as we embarked on the journey of parenthood. I cherish you deeply, and we must maintain open and honest communication. Keeping worries to ourselves will only push us apart, I shared, my voice filled with concern. If anything is troubling you, please let me be your support. We're a team, remember. I know we are, my love. But truly, I'm okay. There's no need for you to fret over things that will sort themselves out. I promise, it's nothing that should cause you concern, he assured me, attempting to soothe my worries. All right, I'll respect your wishes for now, but never forget, I'm here for you, always. As partners, there's nothing we can't face together. When you're ready to share, know that I'll be here, ready to listen, I responded, trying to keep the channels of communication open despite my growing unease. Something had shifted in Bruce. His once affectionate demeanor now felt hollow, his laughter forced. It was as if he was physically present but emotionally distant, leaving me feeling bewildered and pained. I longed for our connection to be restored, to feel the reassurance of our bond, but it seemed increasingly out of reach. Over time, the chasm between us only widened. Despite my efforts to reach out, to encourage openness, my pleas were met with silence or dismissal, as if he harbored a secret he couldn't share. His avoidance and the growing emotional barrier between us left me feeling more isolated. The more I sought to understand, the more he retreated, erecting walls that seemed insurmountable. In search of guidance, I turned to my closest friends. They listened with empathy and advised me to confront Bruce once more, to insist on the truth. That evening, armed with a mix of courage and desperation, I faced him again. I recounted the sleep-talking incidents, his emotional withdrawal, and the impact on our relationship. My heart was laid bare as I implored him to share his fears and concerns, hoping we could find a way to heal together. However, my appeal was met with silence, deepening the rift between us and diminishing my hope for reconciliation. It dawned on me that I had done everything within my power to foster communication. If Bruce remained closed off, I had no choice but to seek understanding elsewhere. Confronted with this realization, a tumult of emotions engulfed me. Fear, anger, and a profound sense of betrayal intertwined. Yet, I knew I couldn't let these feelings overpower me. The journey ahead would be challenging, but I was determined not to let the situation define me or our future. In my time of confusion and heartache, I found solace in the one person I knew could understand the complexities of my situation with Bruce, his mother, Margaret. Margaret wasn't just my mother-in-law, she was a pillar of warmth and acceptance in my life, embracing me as part of the family from the moment we met. Our relationship was built on deep conversations and shared vulnerabilities, making her the perfect confidant for the turmoil I was experiencing. Margaret, I need to share something with you. It's about Bruce, and it's shaking me to my core. I'm at a loss, I began, the weight of my discovery heavy in my voice. Janet, my love, what's troubling you? You seem so upset. Talk to me, Margaret urged, her concern palpable. I hesitated, then revealed. You know how Bruce talks in his sleep? Lately, he's been revealing plans to leave me after our baby arrives. It's something he's repeated several times, and it's haunting me. Margaret's brow furrowed in confusion. Plans? Are you certain these aren't just nonsensical sleep talk? I nodded, feeling the gravity of my words. I've always known Bruce to unwittingly speak his mind in his sleep, but this feels different. Whenever I try to discuss it with him, he dodges or dismisses my concerns. It's terrifying me, Margaret. I fear he might be planning to leave. Margaret's initial shock turned to indignation. To think he could betray you and our family in such a way. I'm livid, Janet. But know this, you are like a daughter to me. I won't let him cause you any more pain. Her support was a balm to my aching heart. Thank you, Margaret. I'm lost and scared, but with you by my side, I feel a little less alone. You're never alone, dear. We'll confront this together, I promise. We'll seek out the truth and shield you from harm, Margaret assured me, her determination clear. Her commitment to stand by me was incredibly reassuring. Your support means everything to me, Margaret. Together, we must uncover the full truth, no matter how challenging it may be. Janet, we'll leave no stone unturned. We'll delve into Bruce's recent actions, talk to those close to him, and piece together this mystery. I'm here for you, and we'll navigate this storm together, Margaret stated, her resolve unwavering. Her words filled me with gratitude. I'm so thankful for you, Margaret. I can't imagine facing this without your support and love. Margaret pledged her unwavering support and began to delve into the depths of Bruce's past, seeking to unearth the truths hidden beneath years of memories and decisions. It was a journey into understanding the root of his actions and the reason behind his consideration to leave our family. Margaret extended her reach to those who had once been integral parts of Bruce's life, including old friends and former lovers, to gather insights into the man he was and the choices he had made. She initiated conversations with Bruce's long-lost friends, individuals who had once shared a close bond with him. These friends provided a window into Bruce's inner world, revealing a man often plagued by restlessness and a perpetual search for something beyond the present. They painted a picture of a person who struggled with the idea of commitment, someone who felt suffocated by stability and yearned for freedom. Margaret didn't stop there. She also sought out Bruce's ex-partners, those who had weathered the stormy seas of a relationship with him. Their stories echoed a familiar pattern, relationships that began with promise but gradually faded as Bruce grew distant, his inability to commit leaving a trail of broken hearts. Among the tales of sorrow and lost love, one story stood out starkly. Margaret contacted a woman Bruce had dated in college, a relationship she had sensed ended tumultuously but never probed further. This woman shared a heartbreaking narrative of being abandoned by Bruce at a crucial moment. She had become pregnant. Initially, Bruce appeared ecstatic at the news, but over time, his demeanor shifted, his distance growing until he left her to face the pregnancy alone. Tragically, the woman suffered a miscarriage 7 months in, a devastating event compounded by loneliness and grief. Hearing this, I was confronted with a torrent of emotions. While there was a grim sense of solace in knowing I wasn't the only one who had been let down by Bruce's fear of commitment, the revelation of his past actions was utterly appalling. Margaret, too, was visibly shaken by the discovery. The thought that she was nearly a grandmother, that her son's actions had deprived her of a significant life milestone, left her looking as if she'd seen a ghost. We were united in our dismay and anger, not just at the missed opportunities, but more so at the careless manner in which Bruce had treated his former partner. The journey for understanding led us to a stark realization of the challenges we faced, cementing our resolve to confront the situation head-on, armed with the truth. Upon learning the depth of Bruce's past actions, we reached out to his former partner to offer our apologies and inquire if there was anything we could do to make amends for the pain he had caused. She dismissed the need for any reparative action on our part, suggesting instead that karma would eventually address Bruce's actions, absolving her of the need for retribution. This revelation spurred Margaret into action. She could no longer sit idly by as Bruce potentially spiraled into repeating his past errors, inflicting further harm. In a decisive move, Margaret chose to amend her Bruce, effectively removing Bruce from receiving his anticipated inheritance. This decision was not made lightly. It was a deliberate measure to prompt Bruce to confront the consequences of his behavior. Margaret's primary aim was to safeguard me and our unborn child from experiencing the kind of abandonment that had become all too familiar in Bruce's history. I can't thank you enough for standing by me through these trying times. Your support has been my cornerstone, and I'm profoundly thankful, I expressed, deeply moved by her actions. My dear, you and our future grandchild are my utmost priorities. I've decided to revise my will to ensure Bruce does not receive his expected inheritance. This is to protect you and the baby, Margaret shared, her resolve clear. I hesitated, worry of the potential familial discord such a decision might provoke. Margaret, that's a significant decision. While I appreciate your intent, I'm concerned about the fallout this might cause within the family. Please understand my rationale, Margaret implored. It's crucial that you and our grandchild have a secure future, one that isn't left to the whims of Bruce's decisions. Given recent events, it's apparent we cannot simply assume everything will work out in your favor. This change is to ensure your and the baby's well-being is prioritized. Her gesture was overwhelming. Margaret, your protective embrace means the world to me. But what if Bruce changes? What if he comes to see the error of his ways? I hold on to hope that Bruce will transform for the better, becoming the devoted husband and father you deserve. Nevertheless, my decision stands as a precaution, not as punishment for Bruce, but as a measure to secure your and our grandchild's future. Margaret explained, her voice imbued with both hope and pragmatism. I understand now, and I'm genuinely touched by your concern. Knowing you have our backs provides immense comfort and strengthens my resolve. Your love and support are treasures I will always hold dear, I responded, feeling a profound sense of gratitude for Margaret's unwavering commitment to our well-being. Janet, you're like a daughter to me, and I want you to know that I'll always be there for you. I'm committed to protecting and providing for you and our grandchild. My home and my heart will always be open to you both, Margaret assured me, reinforcing her unwavering support. Compelled by a lingering suspicion that there was more beneath the surface, I confronted Bruce once again. This time, I broached a painful chapter from his past, his departure from a previous partner during her pregnancy. The shock that crossed his face was unmistakable. He was adamant in his denial, desperate to preserve our relationship, insisting he had learned from his past and was committed to us now. In his plea, I saw a flicker of hope, a desperate wish to believe that he had changed, that our love was strong enough to transcend his previous mistakes. I clung to his promises, yearning for a future of stability and security. However, as my due date neared, curiosity and fear led me to breach his privacy. I read his journal. The contents were a gut-wrenching confirmation of my worst fears. Bruce had indeed planned to leave me and our child, echoing his past actions. The realization that the man I loved harbored such intentions was crushing. His journal laid bare his desire for freedom, even at the cost of our family. Confronted with this undeniable truth, I knew I had to make a decision to safeguard my future and that of my child. With a heart heavy with betrayal and sorrow, I resolved to sever ties with Bruce. I decided to wait until after our child's birth, maintaining a facade of normalcy in the meantime. The arrival of our child brought immense joy, a stark contrast to the turmoil that lay beneath the surface. The day we were to leave the hospital marked a significant turn in our journey. Armed with the documents that would alter our lives, Margaret's amended will and the divorce papers, I confronted Bruce. The revelation left him in utter disbelief, causing him to faint amidst the chaos of the hospital room. As nurses scrambled to his aid, I stood amidst the turmoil, feeling a complex mix of satisfaction and sorrow. When Bruce regained consciousness, his confusion was palpable. Facing my anger and disappointment, he realized the gravity of his actions. His protests and disbelief were met with the truth that it was his mother who had initiated these changes, not me. I couldn't just forgive and forget, not after discovering his plans detailed in his journal. No one who truly loved their partner could concoct such plans to abandon them in their most vulnerable time. The path ahead was clear. Although this was a painful chapter, it was necessary to break the cycle of pain and betrayal that seemed to shadow Bruce, ensuring a secure and stable future for me and our child. Why would you snoop through my things? That's crossing a line, Bruce protested, upset over what he saw as a major breach of his privacy. I'm sorry for that, truly. But if I had to choose, I'd rather apologize to you now than apologize to our son later for not acting when I had the chance, especially if you were planning to leave, I replied, expressing my concern over the possibility of being abandoned. You don't get it, do you? You'll be begging to come back to me once you realize how hard it is to raise a child on your own, he said, convinced I'd struggle without him. I highly doubt that, I responded confidently. Despite his apology and pleas for forgiveness, claiming he was just having a bad 2 weeks and insisting he couldn't live without me, I hesitated. His quick shift from disparaging to pleading showed his true intent, to keep me tethered to him through guilt and manipulation. That realization made it clear that going back would only lead to more heartache. Now, I consider myself a survivor. The heartbreak he caused no longer defines me. Instead, I draw strength from the resilience I've discovered within. I've learned that even the most painful experiences, like betrayal, can be transformed into opportunities for growth and empowerment. No matter how deep the hurt, there's always a path to a brighter future. Standing tall and embracing my inner strength, I see this journey not as a quest for revenge, but as a path to healing and empowerment, paving the way for a hopeful and brighter tomorrow.